So around the start of sophomore year last year, I finally made the choice, which many people are going to end up making with their life, and it's what job they're going to get. I decided I wanted to be a fireman since I knew that at the time it's really good. Everybody loves a fireman. Really, people are saying, God, defund the police. Nobody says defund a fireman. You have to be insane to do that. So that's a great reason. And their days are 1 day on and 2 days off. So if the YouTube thing doesn't work, well, I do have a backup because I'll always have time. But there was a problem. My school has a really nice program where I can basically get a free fire science certificate, which is basically just so you know like what's combustible, what's not. I'm still not in it yet. I'm waiting till 2 weeks from now till I'm actually joining it. But I ended up seeing that and I was like, holy hell, yeah, I'll go for it. Come on. It's a free certificate, and what do I have to do? And I found out I had to do a test. Oh my god, bro, it had me fucked up because the college entrance exam, it makes sense that I have to do it, but the problem is that to do that test, I'm in Texas, and for the test, it's called the TSI-2. Now, for it, the math part, which I've always struggled with math, you could basically say I was on a 10 to 5 every day in 8th grade because every day I would come in at around 7:15 in the morning to end up getting my math tutorials just so I could end up getting the day before's homework done. And in the afternoon, I had another tutorials. So I was basically being 5 ways to Sunday with math every day. To find out I had to do that again really scared me, man. And the thing about the TSIA-2 is that there are 4 math parts. There's a algebra, a geometry, an algebra 2, and a stats. And this was right at the start of the sophomore year. So I already had both the top areas done, but I was only starting stats, and I knew I was not going to learn algebra 2 in time. And to be honest with you, it did scare me, man, because the thing was that whenever I thought about algebra in general, I just thought about those days I would go to school, the building that's right across from me, and I would end up going there. I'd be there for 10 hours, probably more, just so I could come home, and then I would barely get to play any video games, and then I would sleep deprive myself. It'd just be a fucking cycle of shit. So I chose to opt for the second semester test. So at least by then I would know a lot more stats, but still I have the algebra 2 part that I haven't learned. Skip to that part of the year, which I didn't end up learning really any algebra 2. I did learn a lot of stats in the time, but here it was. 7 days till the test. I did a little boot camp thing and got a little book. I left it at home. I might show a picture or not. But now came a new problem, and it was the fact that I started to just procrastinate. I would start studying for a minute or two. I would be like, oh yeah, it's really good progress. And I'm like, why don't we put on some music? And then I'm gonna go, ooh, look, it's been 20 minutes. Why don't I take a break? And then it's 8:50 p.m. and I have to go to sleep. And I know that I've made no progress at all. At this point, I've just realized that if I keep on going like this, I'm screwed. I have 4 more days till the test, and I haven't learned shit. So at 8:50 p.m., I searched up on YouTube how to memorize what you study. Because at that point, I'd actually realized that my usual study routine of just studying for the past 5 minutes right before the test, it wasn't gonna work this time, dude. This thing's gonna be 60 questions long and an essay. If I don't actually remember what I study, I'm not gonna make it. I don't remember the exact video that I found, but I do remember what I did, so let me explain it. Step 1, you need to get your practice material or whatever you're trying to study. Step 1, you want to get your study material. Let's say this is the bootcamp book that they gave you for your exam, and that there's a video online to end up teaching you and tutoring you to do every single question in order with, every single step. Now, study that. Let's say there's several tests in it. Study one exact test, the one that is your weakest point. Like for me, algebra 2. Now once you've studied that material, you want to just leave. Go do anything, literally anything in the damn world. Go talk to your friends, go watch YouTube, go drink water, go eat. Probably not eat. Eating is not gonna make your mind clear, but just do something different than what you are right now. Step 3, once your 10 minutes have gone by, come back. For step 4, I want you to rewrite everything you can remember from the exam. So literally every single detail down to every step that you have to do, even the A through some D questions, dude. I want you to end up just putting everything you can. If you can't remember all of it, that's all right. That's actually perfectly fine because that's part of the progress. Now for step 5, I want you to take a picture of the paper to end up marking your progress that you have in your mind. Now, step 6, I want you go get a different paper and just study the entire thing again. Watch that video or go to the original practice paper that you had and end up just writing down everything on the paper so you can end up memorizing it more. For step 7, just leave and go do something else. Go for a walk, go by this beautiful water on Oregon fronts. That is actually not where I live. Do whatever you want for 10 minutes. I want you to just do anything, dude. I could be kayaking in that water right now in those 10 minutes. Probably not, because it's kind of windy out here. That's why I bought this thing. I actually really like it, dude. I hope that you guys can't hear the wind or my thumb whistling against the thing. For step 8, I just want you to come back and start to write down on a new piece of paper everything you can remember. You're probably going to remember 1 or 2 more questions from the paper than you did last time. And once you're done with that, just take a picture. Then for step 9, I want you to just rinse and repeat. At this point, you'll already have 2 pictures and you can see the progress you've made in your mind. What I'd recommend is that since you're probably gonna have a few days before this to end up memorizing it, every morning I want you to rewrite the thing, and every 6 hours I want you to rewrite everything you can remember. Your brain likes to keep stuff around that you keep on using. It's why if you keep on doing this, like you give 10 minutes just to go do whatever the hell you want, you're gonna end up coming back, and since you remember more, your brain's gonna be like, oh shoot man, I need to keep this thing here because I've been using it like 10 times today. It'll probably take a day for you to memorize an entire paper, and that's good honestly, because it's pretty good progress and it's not too slow. Let's say you have that booklet and there's other tests on it. What's your second weakest part? Stats? All right, let's just go and do that. This thing is called active recall. I like it a lot because it's actually such a good way to learn something that you've truly never had a grasp of in the first place. I mean, like, I have never done the actual class Algebra 2. The only version I did was Algebra 2 and Edgenuity in summer school, and that was so easy. But I don't think it would have been as easy if it was an actual class, because the thing is like 25 years old, and you want to just keep on remembering this thing because it'll basically work as muscle memory for your real memory. You know, you're just using it so much that your brain, that's basically your muscle, is going, oh yeah, remember this exact form, remember how to do it, and strengthen the bond here so we can end up doing it more later on when we need it. And I tell you, man, the second I left that room, it was like euphoria, because I don't think I've ever felt such a great relief. For all of my high school and like ever since the pandemic, I really struggled with math. My teacher at the time was somehow on maternity leave when we were doing online school, and I was always having a new sub to another every week, so I never could actually ask a question on the assignment from last week. It screwed me up, man. Why I had to do 10 hours a day in algebra, and when I was in geometry, still had to do about 8. But man, holy fuck, when I ended up doing that, I never felt fucking better, because I had these chains around me. These chains that just kept me down all of my life after the pandemic. It was just there, and it was a horrible reminder of how bad I was at math. And the best part was that I knew that the summer school after this was going to be super easy. That was the last actually big test I ever had for math. Currently, I am a junior. Next week, I'm going to have my fire science, which I'm actually going to be going on a cruise for the first week, which, yeah, that's going to screw me over. But my father's 70, so you got to spend time with the family, and it's more important than school. I'll find a way to manipulate my way around the system. Just watch me. But when I get that, man, I will dedicate myself to being a firefighter. Because the truth is, I didn't cheat. I didn't. And that's the best part. I didn't cheat. I used every resource I had that was available to me, and you will too. I'd be right now thinking, holy shit, this sucks so much, because you feel like you're being backed into a corner, like a little animal that's about to be killed because you don't know how to do one thing that could save your life. And I promise you one thing, is that the second you walk out of that room knowing you passed the test, you'll have never felt better. I really hope I helped you, man, because truth is, this was a little bit of something just to help out somebody who was like me. They needed it. So I hope it found you, whoever that person is. I really would appreciate it if you subscribed. You don't have to. It's always a choice of yours. We do have free will. Damn, would that be nice. Remember, boys, Antarctica's mine.
Oh, you're used to that. You're sleeping apart. Be quiet, all right? Can we go home? I want to go home.